Well, good morning, knitters. It's June 19th, 2015, here in sunny, beautiful Madison, Wisconsin, where I'm located. And this episode, I have so much to share that it's kind of overwhelming me. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me. I'm going to try to do my best and get through everything. And I have a huge giveaway for things you will not want to miss. I'm going to have more than one winner, and I have accumulated some things that are really unique and basically you can't get anywhere else. And I think you're really going to like it. So let's get right into it because I have obviously so much to share. So I finished last episode. I was talking about this gorgeous Ambrosia sweater. It's designed by Gudrun Johnston, with a T in there. And I love it. I love it so much. It's made out of the Quince & Co. puffin in the Frank's Plum colorway. It is a bottom-up sweater. I'll stand up in a second, but it's bottom up, so you knit up to the underarm here. Then you knit up the sleeves, all stockinette, very easy. I used US size 11 needles, and you then join the sleeves to work. It's all knit, flat back and forth along a 40-inch circular needle, and then you start into this fantastic slip stitch pattern where you are slipping, double wrapping a stitch, and then you drop that double wrap, which makes it able to extend up several rows. You get this really elongated stitch that you're slipping, and then you basically do a cable with it to pull it in these different directions to create this fantastic diamond pattern. I don't know what you want to call it. Even it looks like a honeycomb or something, but I love it so much. The back, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that actually you can see it really well. The hood is wonderful. It's not oversized. It's kind of just the right length because you have that beautiful stitch pattern on the back. The hood, and it's such a heavy, bulky yarn that you wouldn't want it to be a super big hood because then it would really pull back, but it doesn't pull back at all. And I've been wearing it even though it is June, but the weather has been, it's just like not hot or humid, just beautiful, clear, and like this morning it's chilly in our house. We have the windows open for fresh air, and it's chilly in here. So I am feeling so happy that I even get to wear it. But the hood is really interesting. It has you bind off, so when you get up to finish the yoke, and for the stitch pattern section, it's just knit even, which really makes it wonderful, because see how this sits. The stitch pattern really is in just this section, the section that is kind of right from the edge of your shoulders on down, and it's just knit even, so it's just kind of fun after doing all this stockinette stitch. And then you do your yoke decreases in this section here, and you actually bind off. And what's great about that is that then you have this seam for stability here, because then you pick up and knit on the hood, and it kind of keeps it from just kind of collapsing with weight. It is a heavy sweater, very heavy. So, 100% American wool. It's this puffin is this kind of interesting single ply, bulky weight that's somewhat felted a little bit, so that it is a very heavy fabric, which is absolutely perfect for my Wisconsin winters and summers, apparently. But I'll stand up and show the sweater to you. So here it is. I added these pockets here, and I just think it's adorable. I think it's fun, It's adorable. I think I'll wear it all winter, in fall as a jacket even. The sleeves I made, I love this length because I can cuff them up when I'm knitting and doing things where I don't want anything, you know, right on my wrists. They're perfect length for that. But then if it's cold out and I'm wearing it and I want a little extra warmth on my hands and wrists, I can pull them down so it's nice and cozy that way. But anyway, I love it, and I really recommend this pattern. So I did a big blog post on it, and I'm wearing it here today with you. I'm going to roll these cuffs back up so they don't get in my way while I'm kind of a no fuss girl. I don't like things that I have to fuss around with. Oh, the toggles are from Woolly Moss Roots on Etsy. It's a wonderful store with all these wooden rustic buttons, and I have a lot of their buttons. I kind of collect them. I'm a little bit addicted to them. I've used them on several sweaters, kind of branch, you know, wood cut buttons, but they're kind of finished very nicely. And these, although they look, you know, like branches, actually, they're smooth. They've got them sanded down a bit, so they're smooth. The edges are really smoothly finished, as are the backs. But I mean, it's bumpy, but it's not snagging the yarn or anything. So somewhat perfect. Yes, I love them. So, oh, and I have another set of toggles from them I was just going to share with you. That's from Woolly Moss Roots on Etsy. These are made of reclaimed paddock natural color wood. Oh, I think those are beautiful. And I might use those on an upcoming sweater that I have. I think it's nice when you, and to finish this off, so you pick up and you knit the hood with the short rows right on the sides of the hood. It gives it kind of a nice shape here. So you do short rows in here. And then you use a smaller needle. I think I used 10 to pick up all around the hood, and you place the buttonholes that you want on your sweater. I will probably most always be wearing this sweater buttoned. I can't imagine not wearing it buttoned. And then I mentioned before I added the pockets on, and I did a blog post where I went over exactly, I mean, I gave the pattern for the pockets, basically. So if you want to add pockets on this or a different sweater, I give some really good suggestions and directions as to how to do that. So you might be interested in that. All right, other things. So in the meantime, I made this sweater, but I also, whenever I knit something for myself, I'm never taking a break from work. I'm always working too, and designing and trying to get my other things done. So I finished a project for a book, a toy project for a book that a couple industry friends asked me if I would throw in a design for an upcoming book that's going to be really cute and fun. The book, and I think you're going to be thrilled with it. And I was really pleased with that project. I sent that off this week, so they now have it. I've got the pattern written. I sent it off and it's at the tech editor right now, so we'll see what happens with that. But I think it's going to be a really fun project that you're going to like, and hopefully you buy the book. So that would be great for them. Other things that I'm working on, I have 2 new workshops coming up at SSK in Nashville in July. So I've been working really hard on those. One of the one of the classes is a toy class. And when I teach a toy class, it's not only, I mean, I always have a project in mind that will teach and highlight certain techniques, but they are always techniques that can be used in other projects and other toys. I always go over general toy knitting tips and tricks along the way that can be applied to any types of toys that you're knitting or other projects as well. So while we're working on a project in class, it's also a lot of other information too. So I don't ever want you to think that you're just coming to one of my classes and we're just working on a project, because that's not really it. We're doing that and a lot of other things and learning activities too. But I finished for SSK, I'm debuting 2 new classes that I've been working on very hard, and here is one of them. And this one is the Egg to Owl class. So here's my little owl. The only seam in this whole entire toy is that you have to stitch the head on. I mean, that's like 10 stitches that you have to take within. And I know people don't like the seams, but really it's the best way to do this one. Everything else is picked up and knit on, completely seamless. I use the safety eyes. And then what it is the reversible, so the bottom is open, and then it actually should start with the egg, but that's all right. So it turns into this adorable egg. So it's kind of a little hand-sized, palm-sized toy, and then our egg, and then it turns into this really fun little owl. Okay, so it's the Egg to Owl. So I hope to see you. I think there were still a few spots left at SSK. I'll be providing the pattern and lots of other fun toy knitting demonstrations and tips and tricks and things that you can use in all sorts of patterns. So that I finished. I finished writing the pattern. I just have to get some good photographs of this, and then that will be done. Done deal. There we go. Okay, so I was trying to think if I had anything more to say about that, but I don't. I'm working on, as I mentioned last week, the Solya sweater. It's the, this one right here. And I'm using brown, this is a Nature Spun worsted, and I'm using a bunch of Quince & Co. Lark for the color work and the corrugated rib here. And I'm working on getting some pants like that too to wear. So you guys can all be excited for that, because those will look great on me. Being sarcastic. Those would not look good on me. Not in any stretch of the imagination. So this is a fun sweater to knit. So here I am doing the size 37.5. It's supposed to have some negative ease. Oh, this sweater I'm wearing too was in the 37 and 37.25, 37.5 size. So, and this had, I mean, a lot of positive ease. It's like very relaxed, and it's big. It's actually quite loose on me. This one has the corrugated rib down here, 1x1 corrugated rib. That's in the Lark. And then this is the lace pattern body, which I'm telling you, I think it's gorgeous. It's a 16-row repeat, every other row. During the eyelet work is knit, and then there are 3 knit rows in between the motif rounds, I should be saying. So that's very fun. Here's my little stitch marker ice cream cone. Since it's summer, I had to have the ice cream stitch marker on there. These must be knit picks. Are these knit picks? Needles. Yeah, knit picks, needles. I love those. I have interchangeable sets of knit picks. I use them all the time. I love them. So that's really fun and coming along. I've had to do these other projects for work stuff, so I haven't had a huge amount of time to work on that. So I think I'm on the 4th lace repeat, just kind of at the bottom of that one, a few rows in, and I think I have to do 5 and a little bit lace repeats. So I'm doing pretty well, and that would be, but that doesn't seem quite long enough, so I'm gonna have to see about that. The other thing that took a lot of time that I did was I wound the Empire gigantic skein of yarn that my older kids, I don't have little kids, I have older kids, and they're upstairs causing a ruckus, so I don't know what they're doing. If you can hear that, I'm sorry. They're just talking very loudly, I don't know. Anyway, that's that. She's on, well, it says jilldraper.com, but I think she has an Etsy shop. I bought this at Tolt Yarn and Wool in Carnation, Washington, on their online shop. I have been there to that shop, but I bought them at an online shop. It's an Aran weight. Here's the kicker. It is 1,280 yards in one shot. It's 100% Rambouillet wool. It's an Aran weight yarn. And I believe what I'm going to do, probably made from sheep to skein in the US. And I talked to Jill Draper right after I bought this. I was at the Clara Parks Knitters Review Retreat, and she was telling me how she goes to the farm. She knows all the farmers. She gathers the fleeces. She loads up the back of her truck, drives the fleeces to get them milled and cleaned and carded and all that stuff, and then milled into her beautiful yarns. And then she does the dyeing. So it's really from, you know, my kids are being really loud. I don't know if you can hear it. They're laughing really loud. But anyway, oh, they're distracting me. I'm sorry. They're so funny. I'm so excited. They're all home. But anyway, so this clearly is as big as my head, or yes, definitely bigger than my face for sure. But this is the, I wound, my camera cut out, so here I am again. I'm talking about the Jill Draper Empire 1,280 yard ball of yarn. I wound yesterday, and it took me most of the day to wind it. I wound it in phases. I would wind for a while. I was very strenuous, very strenuous. I put the skein, unwound skein around the back of the chair, and then I would just wind, and then I'd have to set it down for a while and do other things. It's not something I would ever want to do in one shot for hours. You know, it would take you a long time to wind by hand, and I just don't know how this would wind on a ball winder. I have a feeling it would be very I don't know. I don't know. There probably is one that would hold all this, but I don't have one that would work for this. But what I would do is I'd hold the ball, when it got really big like this, I would hold the ball under my arm, you know, and I'd unwind some from the unwound skein, and then I'd wind it on here, then I'd turn it, and I'd wind some more, and I'd turn it, and I'd wind some more, like that, and I just kept going and going. So as you can see, I mean, it was really strenuous to do that. And it was so funny. At one point I had walked out on my deck, and my son was sitting out there. So I was chatting with my son. I was whining and whining. And then TC walked out on the deck, and she just stopped and was just, you know, completely expressionless. And she just kind of looked at me for a second, and then she just walked away and, you know, moved right on. And then I kind of thought that was so funny. I was waiting for her to say something or ask me about it, and she never did. And I said to her later, I was still whining, and I said, are you not going to mention this, you know, gigantic ball of yarn? I'm winding here. It's a little unusual. And then she said, Mom, that's just so normal for you. She said, there's nothing to say. I get the biggest kick out of that. I can't face anybody around here anymore with my antics, which is not that fun. I want some sort of reaction from people. It's just nothing. You know, it's really cute and funny. Just kids who've grown up with a fiber lifestyle, I guess. And then I just wanted to show you, so like on that, I'll finish with that first. So on the Empire, so now I'm getting mixed up with what I said before, now what I'm trying to pick up and continue on. But what I think I will do with the Empire, which I ordered from Tolt Yarn and Wool online, is I I think I'm going to make a Ramona cardigan, and it's just the very simple. It looks similar. It's like the sister cardigan to Louise. The Ramona is made out of the Aran Weight Osprey, Quince & Co. Osprey. This is an Aran Weight. I think it would be a similar switch out as far as 100% wool content. I think it would work great. I think it will not take 1,280 yards for my size for a cardigan like that. I don't even know if it would take 1,000 yards maybe. But what I might do is lengthen it a tiny bit, and then maybe I'll add on a hood. And then I could probably use up the entire gigantic skein of yarn or ball of yarn, so which would be really fun. So I'm gonna have to find a big bowl to put it in while I work, and I'll just be dragging my bowl around with me all over the house, wherever I sit down to end up working. But the Ramona cardigan's really a cute, simple cardigan. It has faux, it's knit seamlessly, I believe, from the bottom up. It might be top down. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to look. But it has a faux seam going down the side. Which is kind of cute and nice. All right, so the last kind of news thing I wanted to talk to you about, or just kind of update thing, I guess I shouldn't, it's not really news, but is that I was featured in a magazine. I just wanted to let you know if you're at all interested, or if you are a spinner especially. I was featured in the current issue of Spinoff by Interweave. And to be honest, when these things happen, it's usually months and months, you know, prior to their releasing the issue, so you actually forget about it. Or I do anyway. I can't keep all that going on up here because so I forget about it. And then I had the lovely Laura Linneman's mother let me know on Instagram that she had seen the very brief feature article about me in here, and it's on the opposite of the cover. It's on the very last page of the magazine, which I think is, I love the last page of a magazine. I will always read it, but it's called sorry about my throat here. I'm having horrible allergy problems still. I always have allergy problems when I turn a kid. It's a year-round battle for me. But it's the article called "I'm a Spinner." It says Susan B. Anderson. I'm wearing my cardigan that I spun the stripes section. I've blogged and talked about this a ton, so I won't do it too much. But I spun a loop bat for the stripes, so it's a gradient striping pattern, which you can't really see because it's covered up by, I picked up an armful of my yarns, and then I just took a photo of my yarn. But you can read the interview they did in there, and they did such a thorough job. I not only wrote out answers to the questions and sent them in, but they also did a phone interview, which I thought was fine. But I don't know that it really added anything to it, but I thought that was cute. So anyway, if you want to look at that, that's good. Gosh, after the fact, I always wish I had taken more time to spruce up a little bit. I think my son came home for lunch. I threw on my sweater and grabbed some yarn, and I could have like maybe brushed my hair or something, or put on a little makeup, but what you see is what you get, basically. And it was cute little interview. Talks about my spinning, which I haven't been doing a whole lot of lately, and it makes me sad because I want to get back to it. I think at the time of that interview, I was doing a lot more spinning, so that's a good reminder. Anyway, all right, so let's get on to the business at hand here. I still hear my kids shouting upstairs. Oh, they're funny. Okay, so where to start with all this? 2 weeks ago, I see you guys, I'm overwhelmed, and it's hard. I'm having a hard time even talking about any of this, but what happened was, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long ago, maybe a year ago, some of the knitters from my Ravelry group called the Itty Bitty Knits group got together in St. Louis. And there were only about 6 of them, but they're a group that they're very active on the Itty Bitty Knits group. And they got together and they had a fantastic weekend together. And then they talked about it on the board, and then everyone was saying, "Oh, I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been there." And so what happened was, one of the members, her name is Melissa Keating. She's Key Time in all kinds of places. You can find her, and she is from Seattle. And she said, "We're going to get together again. We might as well. Why don't we come to Madison and see Susan in Madison?" And I thought, that'd be great. I had no idea if it would really happen. I had nothing to do with the planning of it. It really was just like a retreat. I came and taught at it. I came and spent the whole weekend with everybody, and we did all kinds of stuff. But honestly, I didn't do any of the planning. I kind of pointed out a couple places people could stay. The group ended up staying at the Lowell, which is right on Langdon Street, which is right in downtown Madison. It is the most fantastic spot for a Madison retreat, because you're 1 block over from State Street. You're a couple blocks away from the Capitol Square. You are right by the Union. You're by the Lakeshore Path. You're right on campus. It's sort of like the heart of the city, of our fantastic small, bubbling, bursting little city of activity. And you could walk everywhere. You would never have to get in a car, and you would have every convenience, right at your beck and call. Right down there, the rooms were clean. There was a huge lobby area, which we took over for the entire weekend, starting Thursday. People left Sunday. It served breakfast. Anyway, just a fantastic spot. You do have to have an alumni sponsor you, which my husband and I were happy to do for the group. So we sponsored the retreat there, and there has to be an educational aspect to your retreat or your gathering in order to use the Lowell, because it is a university facility, which I taught the workshop over. We were at the University Club, which is right in the mall area. It's sort of the base of Bascom Hill of campus. Beautiful, historic, old building. I had been in there many, many times for meetings and luncheons. And when I worked for the School of Education at the UW, we would have luncheons there all the time. I loved it. I went to a funeral there for one of my father's beloved colleagues, a UW professor who passed away. I went with my mom. Anyway, I have a lot of memories attached to that old building, and it was pretty special for me to get to go there and, be an instructor at that building. I'm getting a little teared up. People came from all over the country. We had several people from Canada who came. We had people, a wonderful visitor, her name's Torrin, from Norway, Oslo. She taught whittling lessons in the lobby of the Lowell at night, kind of after all the activity. There were maybe a handful of people that learned how to whittle from her, and she brought me this whittled needle holder. The top pops off and you can put your needles in there. It's hollowed out, it's painted. I love it. Thank you, Torrin. Handmade gifts are a thumbs up. But we had people from all over, and I have a little book, and I had people sign in for me. So I'm going to just read. We had almost 30 people. I guess maybe 28 or 29 people. We had people from Chatsworth, Ontario, Canada, Georgetown, Ontario, Canada, Bloomington, Illinois, New Brighton, Minnesota, Wichita, Kansas, Rolling Meadows, Illinois, Savannah, Georgia, Kansas City, Missouri, Wesley Chapel, Illinois, Chester, South Dakota, Storrs, Connecticut, mother-daughter pair there. We had Bonner Springs, Kansas, Leawood, Kansas, Grace Slate, Illinois, Oslo, Norway, North Branch, Minnesota, Houston, Texas, Pelham, Alabama, Alum Bank, Pennsylvania, Monroe, Washington, State of Washington, Palatine, Illinois, Williamsburg, Kentucky, Irving, Texas, another mother-daughter, Christy B., who I'm going to talk about in a minute, Irving, Texas, and Abbotsford, Wisconsin. So there were 2 Wisconsin people. Now, I just want to make sure people know this really was just a gathering type of retreat that occurred within the Itty Bitty Knits group. It was kept in that group. I didn't really advertise it anywhere else since it was the first time through. The people organizing it, mainly Christy B. and Melissa helped with the location aspect and kind of got the ball rolling, and then Christy really took over. Christy B is Kristebee. She's a good friend of mine, and her mother too, Kelly, really took over and planned and organized the whole thing down to every last detail, which was beautifully and lovingly taken care of. But so it wasn't like it was just kind of open, to a huge audience or whatever. It was just, well, the Itty Bitty Knits group is pretty huge, but there was a sign up time, and then there was a deadline, and then, we had to limit it somewhat. We were only allowed 15 rooms at the Lowell, and there was only room for the room was completely filled that I was teaching in. A 30 member class is huge, and every table was taken at that university club room, so there really wasn't room for more people at that time. If it gets done again, which people are talking about it, but I have no idea. I don't know if it will open up to more people, but if you are interested, I would suggest, and I'm not trying to get more members over at the group because but we're always welcome to have as many as possibly want to be in the group because it's a fun and fantastic group. But I would join the group if you're interested. Maybe next spring or early summer we'll have another gathering, and you can join in at that time. So I'm not sure about any of the logistics, or if it's going to be an every other year or an every year kind of thing. I literally I have no idea. So anyway, thank you to everyone who came and journeyed from all over the country, literally coast to coast and all states in between, southern states, my northern friends who came, and even from across the ocean. Thank you for coming. There were more gifts given to me and other members than possible to share, and I'll try to kind of weed through things. I think things will pop up kind of naturally as I use them, and that's how I'm going to do that. I have to give my most heartfelt thank you to my camera gave out again, so here I am again. I was in the middle of giving a heartfelt and very humble thank you to Christy B., who did an extraordinary job of planning and making things incredibly special for everyone at the retreat. Everyone was comfortable, welcomed. She had every detail planned, name tags, places we were going to go for the class. She picked out a luncheon menu. She made sure people had roommates, the roommates worked out. She gathered fees. She collected the most spectacular. I don't know if I'll ever get through this video. No, I just got a phone call, so I had to take care of that. But anyway, the amount of support was and is just tremendous. And I'm getting all off kilter here. And I can never say thank you enough to everybody. So what I'm going to do today is just, I want to share with you the gift bag that Christy created on this blog post for the kind of the show notes for this episode. Episode 16 is going to be a list of all of the wonderful people and companies and shops that donated to our retreat. And we had every single person got a door prize. Every single person received just this beautiful package of goodies. And it was overwhelming. I don't think people probably even realized what they got until they got back to their room or home and opened it and saw all the wonderful things. So I should read that list really quick of donators before I get into the gift bag. So I'm gonna pull up that list really quick here. See if I can find it. Sorry for the delay. I didn't think of this, but oh, I know where I have it. Okay, these are the people who donated, and some did donations to the gift bag that everybody got, and then some people did door prize gifts that were so generous, beyond. So thank you to you. Here we go. Here's the list: Little Skein, Quarry Fibers, Red Hot Yarn, Sunshine Yarns, Yarn on the House, Signature Needles, a whole set of Signature Needles. Erin Makes Stuff, Laura Nelkin. She did a cuff kit. I think it was one of her beaded kits. Thank you, Laura. Knit Spin Farm, Leading Men Fiber Arts, Knitting Fever. Some people gave coupon codes. Knitting Fever sent one of their Noro magazines, which I love. I have it right here. Noro magazine. Or I think that was them, but we did get that. And we also got a Debbie Bliss magazine in our gift bag, the current issue that's out right now. Gnome Acres, Mattermade, Cooperative Press, Brooklyn Tweed. We had Krynick, Glitter Thread, Wool Balance, and which I've knit out of repeatedly throughout the years. Wool, Lollipop Yarns, Lemonade, the Lemonade Shop, Tuft Woolens. Let me see what else here. Webs, Yarn Store, Friends and Fiber, Turtle Pearl Yarns, Caterpillar Green Yarns, Knit Picks, Girl Cave Bags, Infinite Twist, Simply Sock Yarn Company, which I'm going to teach at this coming fall, so look for that. In September, I'm going to be at Simply Sock Yarn in Indiana. I'm excited about that. Alana Dacos, Never Not Knitting. Every single person, I have this here, received a set of one of Alana's patterns. No, two, oh my gosh, two of Alana's, oh, a whole bunch. Alana's patterns. Oh my gosh, these are all ones that I want to make. And wait, what's that one? Oh, okay. And then a set of my patterns that I have with her. You can get these now in yarn shops, these fun printed patterns from the Never Not Knitting place. Gleaner sent out, oh, what's this one? Oh, and yeah, another one of mine. Gleaner sent out their products, which are fantastic. I've used those before and I love them. Let me get all this stuff out of the way here. So that stuff was all good. I'll share more because I'll be talking about things later too. Coco Knits, she sent out one of her knitters, the bracelet with all the tools and the magnetic thing you wear on your wrist to hold all your tools. Thank you, Julie. You're my little buddy forever from now on, from you and Tracy after the Knitters Review Retreat. Knit Circus, my buddy Jala, Tangerine Design, love their bags. Shepherd Handmade sent her Potter ceramic buttons. oh, Acre Works, Duck Duck Wool, Jimmy Bean's Wool, Into the World, Mustache Yarns, Highland Handmaids, Kookaburra. Oh, Scott, everybody got their own wool wash. It says Itty Bitty Retreat with Susan B. Anderson. They got their own Kookaburra wool wash in the gift bags. And one winner won like a gallon jug of Kookaburra, which I really want that. I want a gallon jug. That's such a great prize. Gail's Art, my buddy Gail, who I love. Fling Your String, Diabolical. Oh, handmade soaps, Diabolical. I got one of her handmade soaps. Smells like a little bit of heaven. Oh, it smells so good. Rachel, thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you. Leslie Wynn, the lovely metal artist who does the gorgeous shawl pins and yarn needles that I love. Peepaloo Fields, and Miss Babs, who my Yowza buddy sent a big huge squishy skein of Yowza. Sun Valley Fibers, Jeanette sent a kit for my new shawl design and a couple skeins. And Rebecca Ringquist sent every single person a drop cloth sampler of their own. Rebecca, you're the best. Go buy Rebecca's book. I'm going to review it and do a giveaway for this summer. This is her brand new book. Rebecca, her embroidery has changed her embroidery teaching has changed my life as far as my stitching goes. So look how cute that is. Oh, I cannot wait to do that one. So those were all the people that donated. So everybody got, huge prize. Many of them sent more than one thing. So, if all these people had sent one thing, we would have had, everybody would have had one thing, but they sent multiple prizes. And thank you. I'm touched and honored and, humbled about it and emotional. So, thank you so much. And the other thing that Christy did is she had Ann Valley, my buddy, partner in crime, time and time again, design custom made project bags for us. And what Ann did was she took my little tagline or my kind of bio. I always say just a simple sentence. I'm a maker of cute things, books, and a blog or something like that. So this fabric says I'm a maker of cute things. She has my stripy socks on the sock blockers, some of my itty bitty hats, which started my whole career, my sheep, my bunny love, the milk cow, daisies, and in this beautiful turquoise setting, that's I don't know if you can see it, the sweet pea hat and the little pumpkin hat from Itty Bitty Hats. On the inside, Christy had people write down words to describe our group. Oh, and Christy had everybody one of these name tags, Itty Bitty Knits, Susan B. Anderson. That's my name tag, obviously. But took my little bunny logo off of my logo for the Never Not Knitting pattern line. The Susan B. Anderson pattern line has this little bunny on it. So she used that. It's all so personal and fun. Christy made stitch markers. But in here are some of the words that people came up with. Family, supportive, kind, generous, caring, friendship, community, positive, welcoming, fun. Words like that describe our wonderful group. So on that same note, I had, I mentioned that I love these little needle holders, and someone just made me one to bring. Carla made me a needle holder because I said I liked them so much, so she just kind of figured out how to do it. She's not selling them or anything. She just did it for a gift. But the lovely Query Fibers dyer, who I've just loved so much and knit a lot of her yarn, dyed up a special colorway of a striping sock yarn for us. with matching heels and toes. So here's mine. Mine is hand wound, but matching heels and toes. One was like this kind of red, pink, deep pink color, and then the other one was blue, and I got the blue heels and toes. I'm gonna move this really quick. It's in my way a little bit. And then, so I started mine right away. So here it is. It has 9 colors. It's really springy and fun and colorful and playful. And what Christy did is, so this is an exclusive colorway dyed by Query Yarns. And what Christy did was she gathered a gift bag for one of you, for me to give away to one of you for just for fun. And before I move on to showing you the gift bag, I wanted to show really quick. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Itty Bitty Retreat 2015. Jessica knit these for everybody and blocked them, and everybody got 30 dishcloths. She knitted, so I thought that was quite impressive. So from one of you, you're getting the bag that we all got. You're getting, let me pull all this out. So Christy thoughtfully organized this for one of you, and it's really quite incredible. So you're getting the custom Itty Bitty Knits Susan B. Anderson inspired fabric. And Anne is also putting these up for pre-order. So if you want one of these, she has very limited, obviously. She only has so much of that fabric, but she has a very limited group of that fabric to make bags, or a bunch of that fabric to make bags. So you can go pre-order one of those right now, but I am giving one away, so that's pretty special. I have the... I guess it didn't come with the contrasting skein, but that's okay. Oh, I dropped a skein, a mini skein. Okay, so you're gonna get this, the Madison Memories. All right, I'm still trying. I'm really struggling to get through things here, but okay. So now what I'm gonna do is read through today's prize and show you quickly all the things you're gonna get in this gift bag. All right, so here we go. We have the Query Fibers Madison Memories yarn. I'm just going to start putting things over here. You also get that gift bag that I held up. Not the gift bag, the project bag from Little Skein. Rachel of Diabolical sent a row counter that you put on your finger. You get the Itty Bitty Retreat Kookaburra wool wash. You get a fantastic needle gauge. Here, not sure who that was from, but you get a needle gauge. Highland Handmaids sent a card. Gnome Acres. A lot of these are cards with discount codes. Oh, Tuft Woolen sent a sample of her wool wash. This is the Citrus Mint soap. You get the drop cloth sampler that I showed. Leslie Wind, Clasps and Needles. She sent a card. She did a donate. Most of these people donated for the door prizes too. Tangerine Designs, 20% off code. You get that in the bag. We have some Cordale Sock from Knit Circus. We have Yowza, what is skein? Little mini skeins. I'm showing you, most of all these people also donated. Here's another Miss Yowza, and here's another Yowza, and here's another Yowza. Friends and Fiber, fantastic little mini skein there. You get the fantastic Dark Side of the Moon from Mustache Yarns. It's really generous mini skein of her famous yarn there, and Turtle Pearl Yarns. Oh, that one's pretty. In the Absinthe colorway. Miss Babs, more Miss Babs. Wow, a lot of Miss Babs. Infinite Twist with a really generous 65 yards of her Helix yarn. You get this card, and that's it. So that's the one of the prizes for today. This huge bag of all this stuff, including the sock yarn, custom sock yarn, and the custom bag. there. One of you is going to win that, and I'll tell you how to do that in a second. Actually, the drop cloth sampler is mine. I think, oh no, there were 2 of them. Sorry. I thought there was only one. I thought I want to do that. So, but no, that's for you. Thought I overstuffed my gifting there. Okay, so that's going to be sent to a lucky winner. See that? All for you. And then I got a gift bag, or like a door prize too, and I am going to give mine away to one of you too. So there'll be 2 winners, one for that gift bag, and then one of you lucky winners, you're going to win this skein of rainbow lollipop yarn. Comes in this really pretty little bag there. It's called Great Googly Moogly, 5 rows each, colors of the rainbow. And they're kind of funny, funky colors of the rainbow with the turquoise and the red. So that's really pretty. And then you're going to get the Kookaburra wool wash. I have a lot of this Cranic twist. It's carry-along glitter yarn that comes on a spool. It's thread, and it doesn't change your gauge. And I ran this along with some Christmas self-striping socks I did last Christmas season, and I got some really glittery tinsel socks, I called them, and so one of you might want to do that too. So you get a whole spool of that, and then you get this Tuft Woolens sample here. So that's the next gift. This is gift number 2. Lollipop yarn's almost impossible to get unless you jump right on her updates. So unless you're right at the ready, you can't get it. But I thought someone might really enjoy having that. I'm going to have you leave a comment on the blog post. That means you have to go to my blog, episode 16 blog post, leave a comment. Just say hello. Tell me something. Like the song, tell me something good. Anyway, I don't know, whatever, just say hi. And then I never have requirements on my giveaway comments. It doesn't, whatever you want to say is good enough. And then so I'll pick 2 lucky winners. One will win the gift bag, and one will win my door prize bag that I'll give. So I'll have 2 winners, one prize for each of 2 winners. And then I'll close that out in a couple days. And anyway, it's been an emotional month for me, and I hope I didn't scare anyone off, but I've been kind of delaying even talking about this because I feel really overwhelmed by it. So anyway, that's all. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great summer. I hope to see a lot of you who are going to SSK in my classes. And I'll talk to you soon. So, bye, knitters.